Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is MiAh the King, and today we're taking a look at a little game called Wizardry Labyrinth of Lost Souls. This game was just released yesterday afternoon, and I'm working on this video as soon as possible so I can help as many people as possible. This is a first impressions review video, by the way. What is a first impressions review video? Well, it's kind of like a first impressions video, and kind of like a review video. Basically, I play the game right up to before the point where I can no longer get a refund for it. This way, you don't have to worry about wasting your time or your money on a game you may or may not enjoy and possibly risk losing some money in the process. I do this to help people out and to help the gaming community on a whole because, in this day and age, we as gamers deserve a lot more out of our video games, and we deserve more out of our game developers. So, getting into this game. Well, I have quite a lot to say on this, but before we do that, we have some breaking news! This just in. We have yet another sad tale of a new YouTube channel being shut down due to lack of viewers and subscribers. The individual channel did not wish to be interviewed and refused to give us any names or details, but we assure you here at the Kingly News of Fake News that this comes from a reliable source. It's a sad day for all YouTubers when another one of us up-and-comers goes down in a ball of flames. We here at the Kingly News of Fake News would like to once again remind you pleasant viewers at home that this is a problem facing many people today. So go out and subscribe and like a small YouTuber channel today and help stop the mass deaths of YouTube channels everywhere. Only you can prevent more needless YouTube failures. Now, we go back to our regularly scheduled program. Alright, special thanks to the Kingly News of Fake News for that very important breaking news. Alright, onto the game. So, doesn't look like much, does it? Yeah, that's because it isn't much, if I'm being perfectly honest. It sure looks great on the Steam store page, though. Oh yeah, it seems really cool and really in-depth and really special. A new experience, something different from the normal hack and slash or grinding or exploration RPGs you've been hanging around with lately. But what is this game really? Is it worth what they are asking for? And most importantly, is it worth mine or your time? I'm sure that's what a lot of you out there are thinking, so allow me to inform you in this video with some in-depth knowledge whether or not this game is for you, or if it's even worth it, even if it is for you. So, I played this game for a little over an hour. I didn't get off because I wanted to, and I didn't get off because I had to or I wasn't having fun. I simply got off because I felt that I was ready to start writing the script and I wanted to write it all down while it was still fresh in my head. But this game is odd. You guys know me, and if you don't know me, then stick around and watch some more of this video or some of my other videos, but I'm always brutally honest. You know what, if you don't like it, go watch another channel, it's whatever. But you can take pride in the fact, or take solace in the fact, that's the appropriate word I wanted to use, not pride, solace. Take solace in the fact that I'm not going to lie to you. In fact, you're more inclined to be offended by my honesty than anything else. What are my references or experiences? Well, I've been playing video games for a little over 20 years. I've been watching YouTube reviewers for, 6 years or so. I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of studying and whatnot. I'm not professional by any means, but I am experienced, and I can at least say that much. And, I have been pretty right on the ball about a lot of games in the past. So, I don't know, maybe it's up to you to trust what I have to say or not, and hopefully the things that I add in here and the gameplay you can see will be enough to help sway you one way or the other. So, this game is just odd. There's no main story, there's no main character, there's no main anything, really. The only main thing in this game is its theme, which it's a dungeon crawler, and it pretty much just centers and revolves around that. It does have a little bit of a story. Basically, you're the son of some noble family, name not found, who lost its honor, reason unfound, and now you're trying to win it back, because reasons. That's about it. Or, if you choose to be a woman, then it's the exact same, but you're the daughter. It's whatever. So that's about it for the story. So you take your character and head out into the dungeon to make something of yourself. I'm pretty sure that's what this is about. Like I said, it doesn't really give you a whole lot of story in the beginning, so I'm pretty sure that's what this whole thing is. That's what I got out of it anyway. I do hope that later on down the road, though, that the story becomes something a little more enthralling and engaging, but so far within the first 2 hours it's pretty boring. As for the gameplay, it's just dungeon crawling in a retro kind of style. You can see from my gameplay footage here in the video. If you're not seeing it yet, you'll see it a little bit later, of what the gameplay is actually like in the game. Now, before I go any further about my own personal feelings and thoughts and critiques, let's go over the good and the bad like we always do. The good shall go first. The sounds are pretty on point. It seems the game is going for a retro style, and in that aspect, the games are, or sorry, not the games, the sounds are pretty spot on. Both the music and the realistic effects. The art, it's all looking pretty original, it's looking pretty decent. I don't know about you guys, but it seems legit to me. It's all very well drawn. And the gameplay, while the gameplay is very simple and retro and hard to manage and navigate, for some reason it's really addictive, which for a video game can be quite profitable and quite attractive to a lot of gamers. But that's about all I've got. I mean, I guess I can add in the good file, the good pile, rather, that I didn't experience any bugs. I didn't experience any typos or misspellings or bad grammar or glitches or crashes, so it's stable at least. But, alright, now we're going to go back onto the bad. The game has zero tutorial, and if you've been watching me for over a month now, you will know how much that irritates me. And it has no how-to help screens. This is very frustrating for me, as I'm sure it'll be very frustrating for a lot of you out there. You're going to have to figure out all the buttons, and all the tricks, and all the hints on your own. This is a big point for me, as I'm sick and tired of games not giving me a tutorial or a how-to page, which means this game automatically loses 1 point. I'm very sick and tired of this, and it's not like you get into the game and the buttons are what you're expecting them to be. You know, you expect enter to be enter, you expect backspace or escape to be back or escape, or even the space bar to be used for something, or the, you know, WASD, or the arrows, but no, it's everything you think it's going to be, it's not. It's like Z is enter, and Q is to choose this or that, and E to access this, and B to access that. It's really dumb and all over the place. Makes no logical sense at all. It's like playing a game where it's like playing an FPS, and right-click isn't to aim, and shift isn't to sprint, and space isn't to jump. Instead, it's Q to aim, enter to sprint, and backspace to jump. That's kind of the feeling of what this is and how messed up its controls are. The game also has zero animations. Even during combat, the animations are very simple and a little lame. I mean, you can have a simple game like this, but have really quick, high-detail, cool animations. This game does not have any. There's a lack of a compelling story, as I mentioned earlier, and that can get quite irritating at times. It doesn't really give me much reason to want to come back to this game, ever. And off the off chance that I do choose to keep this and beat it, it doesn't really give me much reason to want to replay it ever again. The UI and lack of button mapping understanding is also quite frustrating. I went into that a little bit. And it's going to take you a while to figure out what buttons do what and why some things work and why others don't. And it's up to you to figure it out. The game's not going to help you at all. And then last, the game's difficulty. Now, I'm not sure if the game is supposed to be as hard as it is. Maybe I'm playing it wrong, but the game didn't teach me how to play. But the game is very unforgiving, and without a tutorial or a how-to screen, it's impossible. Well, not impossible because I learned, but it's very frustrating to learn, and that can be enough to just send players home. And that's no good. If you want your game to be successful, the first 2 hours have got to be amazing. How many times have I said this in videos? How many times have I stated, and I've even spoken to developers through comments on Steam and on YouTube saying, you gotta have some exciting shit in your first 2 hours. You gotta have it, because otherwise people are going to play your game, not like it, and they're going to get a refund. It doesn't matter what happens 18 hours in. It doesn't matter what happens 9 hours in. It doesn't matter what happens 4 hours in. If it doesn't happen in the first 2 hours, people will get their money back, because a lot of people are broke. And luckily, Steam gives us that beautiful refund. Alright, but that's all I got for the main points for both good and bad. Let us now dive a little bit deeper into my own personal thoughts and critiques of the game. I don't really know how I would personally describe this game, or whether or not I would recommend this game. I'm kind of on the fence, to be honest. I know I sounded a little bit off when I was talking about those negatives, but even so, on the one hand, it's very addicting, and I found myself not wanting to get off the game to write the script. But on the other hand, the game is quite infuriating at several moments of playing. As I write this script right now, I don't know if I'll be asking for a refund or not. And I suppose another main factor into why is because of its price. Right now, the game is only selling for $13, and that's, I mean, it's only $1 discount, but even so. So the game, you know, at total is like $14.80 something or whatever, like close to $15 for the full price of the game. And for a game of this quality, $13 isn't too bad. In fact, it's a pretty damn good price. And when you take into the fact that it's retro and simple and, I mean, it only accentuates its cheap price. But then I have to look at all the negatives and ask myself if this game is even worth that based on what I've played so far. Honestly, guys and girls, this really is a tough one for me. I'm really struggling on whether or not this game is worth your time and money. The thing about the game is, it's basically all about just improving yourself and your team. You want to get stronger, you want to do better, you want to be better. I just don't really see the reason why I would want to do any of that. I've never been faced with a situation like this before, where I'm so on the fence and can't decide if I want to continue playing this or not. This is so frustrating. Okay. Alright. For a retro game with such addiction, the price tag matches. That's a good thing. As a time waster and a game to really sink some time into, it also feels pretty good. But as a good game as a whole, it doesn't really fit that bill. Now, I suppose if you are really into dungeon crawlers, you might love this game, because it truly is exactly that, a kind of D&D dungeon crawler game. I personally don't have much experience in these type of games, but I can still recognize a good game when I see it, whether or not I have the experience, just like I can recognize a bad game when I see it, whether or not I have the experience. Even now, as I think about getting back into the game, I'm indecisive. It's not like The Witcher, or Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or Mass Effect, where in between gaming sessions I can't wait to just jump right back in and start playing. Here, it's like every time I look at it and I'm thinking about getting back in, I'm faced with indecisiveness on whether or not I actually want to play it or not. I know the game isn't that good, and I know the game is very addictive. I might end up going past my refund time from its addictive nature. But there are two things inside me right now. One saying go back and play some more and get stronger and better and beat that dungeon, and the other is saying don't. The game is literally just dungeon crawling over and over again with no real plot or future, and it's just repeating the same stuff over and over again. But yet, even knowing that, I'm still wanting to go back into the game and keep playing. How freaking odd is that? I feel like an addict who knows it's bad for me, but I keep going back to do it anyway. And one more thing before I forget. The maps in this game are garbage. There aren't any, first off. First off, I want to say that there aren't any maps for any dungeon, right? But they do end up giving you like a little map and it says, this is a map to these floors of the dungeon. But I hate them. They don't work. Or if they do, I don't know how to use them. I got maps for areas, but every time I try to use them, it just says it doesn't work or something along those lines. So I just ended up selling the damn things. It'd be nice if the game had at least told me what to do with the maps or how to use them, because navigating these dungeons is a bitch and will drive you freaking insane. Okay, you know what? That's it. That's enough time, enough wasting time being indecisive. I need to take a stance right now. It is time to get off this fence. I need to take some sort of stance here for you guys out there watching this so you don't walk away not knowing what the heck is up. For those of you out there who love anime-style games and who love dungeon crawlers, this game will probably fill that void you've been missing forever. Go out and buy this game and support it. I ran into zero bugs, zero crashes, and enjoyed its dungeon crawler style very much so. For those of you out there who are looking for a story-driven anime-style game with possible RPG or strategy, customization, whatever, this is not the one for you. If you're looking for deep plot, interesting graphics, or unique style and gameplay, then this is not a game for you. This game is ugly and not very interesting during the time frame of my play. There. I've taken my stance and made my opinion for both good and bad. Take that as you will. I cannot, nor would it be right for me to praise this game or condemn this game. All I can do at this point is tell you about this game and show you some real gameplay and help you make your own decisions. As for what I'm going to do... I'm gonna hang on to it. I'm gonna jump back in. I'm gonna keep playing. I just need to see if this game offers more, if the game has more, or if it offers anything I might have missed. I will now go and complete this game, or at least try my best to do so, and I'll probably end up hating myself for it later. For you people out there who are looking for a rating, well, I don't have to give one, really. It's not a full review. But if I had to give it a rating, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. It's slightly above average, and that's only because of its addictive nature and its openness, its freedom to make your own story, to do your own thing. And I give it that rating especially when I think back to all the other games I've had to look at in the past few months. Something about this game in its simplicity and its addictive quality and its cheap price is quite intriguing to me. If you've seen this video and it still looks like something you might like to try out, then I'm glad I could help. If you saw this video and realized that this game isn't what you thought it was going to be, and now you're going to stay away, I'm also glad to have helped you stay away from it. Oh, and some last minute tips before I say farewell. You don't use your mouse for this game. The enter button is the Z key, and escape is the back key. If you try to use the mouse, the game will not work with you, so just focus on using the keyboard and using that Z key. Took me forever to figure that out, and knowing about it will help you guys play the game more smoothly right from the beginning. Alright everyone? Also, I'm planning on doing a video on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I'm going to do a full first impressions review for it, so stay tuned for that. I'll have that out for you on Friday. Okay, everybody, is that good? Does that work? Alright, so, as always, I really hope that it helps some of you out there to come to a decision. I hope it helps some of you out there save some money or some time, and I hope to see you on my next adventure. So until then, I bid you farewell.